Live from downtown Spokane, this is 4 News Now, Special Edition.
Record-setting temperatures today, and that's not all. Tomorrow is 4 News Now's weather alert day for the severe threat of thunderstorms coming to our area. Right away, we'll send things over to meteorologist Matt Gray. And Matt, tell us what we need to be ready for.
All right, so as we see a dramatic change in weather, sometimes that brings along severe weather, and that is what we expect tomorrow across parts of the inland northwest. We saw already seen a couple of severe thunderstorms pop up in the mountains earlier today. So what are we talking about? Severe thunderstorms, Spokane, pretty much all of North Idaho, anywhere from noon to as late as 8 p.m. on Sunday when things start to heat up once again. Now, if you want to put that in map form, here you go, where you see the darker orange is where we are most likely to see some severe thunderstorms pop up tomorrow. So that does include most Kootenai County, areas north of Deer Park, in Spokane County, all the way into the Colville area, areas north of Colville, Pend Oreille County in eastern Washington, and pretty much all of North Idaho in those darker colors, with a possibility, but not as great, for some severe thunderstorms to appear in the Spokane area. We even have a chance for a couple of more severe storms tonight. Those are going to be east of the Cascades, so mainly folks around Wenatchee and in Okanagan County. Some of these storms, which are developing right now in the Cascades, could get fairly strong as we go about the rest of your evening. We've also continued to see some of those stronger storms up north, but so far in Spokane, things have been fairly quiet. So hazy and warm as we get ready for the Armed Forces Torchlight Parade later this evening. Hazy conditions will continue, but should be going to ease itself as we head into tomorrow. I'm going to talk more about these thunderstorms, including the latest radar simulation for you, coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, Matt. Hey, thanks for that. Downtown Spokane was full of people all day as the Lilac City celebrates the 85th Lilac Festival. This event brings in thousands of people and includes the nation's largest Armed Forces Torchlight Parade right through the heart of downtown. And with the gathering of this size, safety is a top priority. Bronte Sorotsky joins us live in studio with what event organizers are doing to keep attendees safe this year and how it helps our local businesses.
Well, Jordan, later tonight, the largest Torchlight military parade will occupy the streets downtown. All these people coming together to honor our veterans is huge, showing the Lilac City support for all they've done. It also brings thousands of people into the city, giving an extra boost to our local businesses.
Now the city kind of opens up again with the lilacs, and I think that's why it's really important.
At O'Doherty's, customers get a front row seat to all the Lilac Festival action.
People love to sit on the patio. We actually give away tables at local auctions, so people auction to sit here for the parade so they can have a front row seat, which is really cool.
The festival brings thousands to downtown, flooding sidewalks and local businesses. But once the sun sets, the Lilac Festival shifts gears from having fun in the sun to honor those fighting for our freedom.
We want to honor them and really thank them for their service, whether they're active or veterans. We just really appreciate them serving for our country.
Starting Saturday evening, the Lilac Festival will host its Armed Forces Torchlight Parade.
You know, we'll have over 80,000, maybe 100,000 people out here with the nice weather. And as the veterans units go by, as we honor them, you'll see a lot of people stand and salute and just really enjoy and appreciate them.
And with so many people in attendance, safety is top of mind.
I know there's always a lot of things in the news these days with things happening in different places. Regardless of that, for years we always plan really closely with the police department and put a lot of importance on it.
Ensuring the event is secure for attendees and our veterans.
This is probably the most secure place you're going to be in the region.
And the Armed Forces Torchlight Parade will begin tonight at 7:45. If you do plan on attending, plan to get there early, as many roads downtown will be blocked off. You can see a full parade map with parking details up on our website, KXLY.com. Live in studio, Bronte Sorotsky, 4 News Now.
A lot of good information there, Bronte. Thanks for that. And the Lilac Festival brings people in from out of town, whether they're participating in one of the marching bands or representing their city on a float. With it comes a huge economic boost. According to Visit Spokane, the Lilac Festival generates about $2.3 million every year for Spokane. Emma Ruse, a coffee and cocktail bar, is right on Howard Street. The owner says they're expecting to welcome some new customers walking in for the first time.
We definitely see lots of people. It's great exposure just for them to learn that we're out here. Because we're a few blocks off the main drag, sometimes people are still kind of experiencing us.
Last year was MRU's first time being along the parade route. The owner says this year, given it's much warmer weather, they are prepared to be making a lot more cocktails instead of coffee this year. Well, a fire almost took the life of a man who was sleeping inside his RV. The Spokane Fire Department says the fire happened last night at an RV inside Camp Hope. A security guard had to cut the fence to get to the fire. That security guard rescued the man sleeping inside moments before a flashover. The Spokane Fire Department says that flashover would have likely killed both the man and the security. The cause of the fire, was an overloaded circuit powered by a small generator. A former Cheney School District music director is facing a growing number of accusations that he sexually abused students at several schools. And on Friday, we learned about several lawsuits that have been filed against the Cheney School District in conjunction with these claims. These accusations are against Michael Alstad, who was the music director at Cheney High School from 1982 to 1986. At least one student who attended Cheney High during that time says she was a member of the band and Alstad sexually abused her for 2 years while she was a minor. The victim says the first incident of sexual assault took place in the Cheney Middle School percussion room. The next instance in the Cheney High School band room. The lawsuit claims that the Cheney School District was aware of this abuse and failed to report it. In 1986, Alstad resigned from Cheney and was hired with the Aberdeen School District. Multiple former students at Aberdeen schools have come forward with similar allegations.
The claim against Cheney School District is that they knew specifically that he'd been involved in sexual abuse complaints that were virtually verified, and then said nothing to the Aberdeen School District after they were going through their process of checking references to determine whether they should hire him.
And we reached out to the Cheney School District about this lawsuit. They declined to comment. This lawsuit is scheduled to go to trial 6 months from now. On Monday, the man accused of killing Kaylee Gonsalves, Madison Mogan, Xana Kernodle, and Ethan Chapin will be arraigned. That's when Brian Kohberger will enter a plea. If he pleads not guilty, a trial will be scheduled. Kohberger was indicted by a grand jury earlier this week, making his preliminary hearing unnecessary. Kohberger could face the death penalty if convicted. Prosecutors have not yet said if they will seek it, but attorneys have been appointed who are qualified to handle capital cases. And we will have a team in the courtroom Monday morning to bring you the very latest details. The time is ticking for the U.S. to figure out how it's going to pay for its bills, what's due on June 1st, and how much we owe, and why jobs are on the line. Plus, a twin saves her brother as he's choking. The heart-stopping moment that almost ended in tragedy caught on camera. Coming up.
And we're going to be tracking the threat for severe weather on Sunday. But after that, things get a whole lot better and a lot more spring-like. We're waving goodbye to the heat, at least temporarily. Coming up in your First Alert forecast, plus more on where we could see that severe weather.
Track live radar on the 4 News Now weather app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Unleashed Academy.
At 4 News Now, we believe you should expect more from local news. Our team is committed to a community conversation and bringing you information you need when and where you need it. Numerica believes in and supports that mission.
If your checking account isn't earning you money, it's time to switch to bonus checking from Numerica. The account that earns an incredible 2% annual percentage yield. That could earn you up to $500 every year or more.
Family is just very important.
She's my sister, and we depend on each other a lot.
She's the rock of the family. She's the person who holds everything together.
It's a battle, you know, I'm gonna be there.
Keytruda and chemotherapy been treating my cancer with 2 different types of medicine.
In a clinical trial, Keytruda and chemotherapy was proven to help people live longer than chemotherapy alone. Keytruda is used to treat more patients with advanced lung cancer than any other immunotherapy. Keytruda may be used with certain chemotherapies as your first treatment. If you have advanced non-squamous, non-small cell lung cancer and you do not have an abnormal EGFR or ALK gene. Keytruda can cause your immune system to attack healthy parts of your body during or after treatment. This may be severe and lead to death. See your doctor right away if you have cough, shortness of breath, chest pain, diarrhea, severe stomach pain, severe nausea or vomiting, headache, light sensitivity, eye problems, irregular heartbeat, extreme tiredness, constipation, dizziness or fainting, changes in appetite, thirst or urine, confusion, memory problems, muscle pain or weakness, fever, rash, itching or flushing. There may be other side effects. Tell your doctor about all your medical conditions, including immune system problems. If you've had or plan to have an organ or stem cell transplant, receive chest radiation, or have a nervous system problem.
It feels good to be here for them.
Living longer is possible. It's true. Keytruda from Merck. Ask your doctor about Keytruda.
You know, at first I was shocked when I won this Porsche Macan from Northern Quest, but then I realized someone had to win. Why not me? Life is crazy. Heck, it's gotten to the point where nothing surprises me. Hey, beer me.
You could win a brand new Porsche Macan, only in Northern Quest.
There's less than 2 weeks to go until the U.S. may not be able to pay its bills. The nation is $31.4 trillion in debt. If the U.S. defaults on its debt, there would be economic consequences and millions of people could potentially lose their jobs. Late Friday, negotiators from both sides met for more than an hour behind closed doors. Key issues in the negotiations include government spending cuts, unspent COVID relief funds, and new work requirements for federal aid programs. The topic of the debt limit, a subject of interest at the G7 summit in Japan, where President Biden is today.
This is not generating alarm or a kind of vibration in the room. I would just say that the countries are keenly interested in what is a, significant story, and the president has been able to tell them, that he believes that we can get to a good result here.
President Biden is said to be ending his trip to Asia ahead of schedule to resume negotiations in person. On June 1st, the U.S. needs to pay $47 billion for Medicare, $12 billion for veterans benefits, and $10 billion for military pay and retirement. A 12-year-old jumped into action when her twin brother started choking in the school cafeteria. Her quick thinking caught on camera. ABC's Whit Johnson has the story.
A heart-stopping moment that almost ended in tragedy. A 12-year-old boy choking on a piece of cheese in his school's cafeteria.
I thought I was going to pass out or maybe die.
That's Charlie Laverme trying to signal to his classmates for help.
I just started reaching for my neck, signaling that I was choking just like this.
But some, mistakenly thinking he's going to be sick, back away. That's when his twin sister Amelia springs into action, performing the Heimlich maneuver.
I just knew that he was choking because his face was turning a different color, and I got up fast so I could help him.
In the U.S., at least one child dies from choking every 5 days.
So our hand is going to be against their abdomen, and it's going to go in a J stroke towards us, in and up. And that compresses the lungs, forcing air out the mouth, hopefully with that object.
Charlie and Amelia's parents and step-parents grateful.
This is the stuff you hope and pray never, ever to happen to one of your children. Kids need to pay attention and look out for one another, and I'm just grateful that Amelia did.
The twins now closer than ever, but with that sibling rivalry still intact.
You're welcome. Thanks.
All right, so breaking severe weather here. We have a new severe thunderstorm warning up for the Ione area and Highway 31 in Pend Oreille County. This is actually the second one in this area today. Same threat as the storm earlier this afternoon. We're talking about the potential for some hail larger than the size of a quarter coming down with this storm. It does look like it is collapsing at this point with the new scan of the radar. That's not a good thing. That means usually that all the hail is coming out at once. So if you're around the Ione area, definitely time to stay inside until this thing is over. Also on 395 between Barstow and Gold Stake, right up near the Canada border in Stevens County. This severe thunderstorm warning, this goes for another about 45 minutes or so. So the storms up here have not been moving very fast at all. Thank goodness that is not going to be the case as we head into tomorrow. We may also be watching out for some potential flood alerts as these storms continue to kind of stay in place. You can get alerts on the KXLY weather app sent directly to your phone for wherever you might be. We also have another storm just south of Addy, between there and Chewelah. This one also looks like it's starting to blow up now, perhaps producing some hail there also on 395. So in between Addy and Chewelah, if you live there along 395, time to bring in the porch furniture real quick and stay inside until that one tries to rain itself out. Hopefully there's not too much hail along for the ride. Really strong storm just out to the west of Leavenworth. All this going to be tracking to the north as we go throughout the evening. So folks in Okanagan County, particularly in the Methow Valley, you need to be on the lookout here for some really strong storms as we head later tonight. We have more strong to potentially severe storms tomorrow and a greater risk in Metro Spokane and Coeur d'Alene and really all of North Idaho between noon and about 8 p.m. We could even see some storm action even before that. All right, well, my idea was I was going to show you the kind of the driver behind this weather. It's a cold front moving in. The good thing with that cold front is it is going to sweep out the smoke that's still lingering around, and so by the end of Sunday, we should have good air quality, but that really may be the only positive, at least for Sunday, because we're going to continue with this hail threat, small chance for some damaging winds. Things are going to be moving a lot faster tomorrow, so not really concerned at all about any flooding. Here is our latest radar simulation. And yeah, we could even see some storms pop up as early as 8 or 9 in the morning across the central Columbia Basin, maybe even as far to the east as Spokane. Now, these are not going to be nearly as strong as what we'll see later in the day. That afternoon heat, remember, really is the juice that kind of stirs the drink here for the atmosphere. Here we go about 2 o'clock. Those northern mountains seeing once again those pop-up storms with the potential for some large hail once again. But look what happens here as we head later into the afternoon. Now, the last few radar simulations in our computer have been keeping things away from Spokane and Coeur d'Alene. But we've gone ahead and put out that weather alert day because the environment above us, if a storm does pop up, it's going to be a real strong one with that severe weather potential. And look, I'll be sitting here. I'll be babysitting the radar all day on Sunday. I'll keep you informed of what's going on. The KXLY weather app, too. You have that downloaded. It'll push right to your phone if we do get a severe thunderstorm warning in the region. Everything's going to be out of here by 11 o'clock. So really, it's that noon to 8 p.m. time frame where you'll want to be watching for some more adverse weather conditions. Man, it was hot today. Record-setting heat. Haven't hit 90 degrees yet officially in Spokane, but I do think we're going to get there within the next hour, hour and a half. A lot cooler tomorrow afternoon with cooler air rushing in. One of the reasons that we're also talking about perhaps some more severe storms. Temperatures will only reach about 80 degrees. Our lows will be in the 60s in the morning. Not too much different from what we have seen recently. Big changes, though, as we head into Monday and into Tuesday. Highs only in the 60s, lows in the 40s. It's actually going to feel like spring for once, but we start to heat back up again as we head into the end of the upcoming week.
All right, Matt. Hey, thanks for that. Still ahead here, the Washington State Cougars were trying to keep their postseason hopes alive this afternoon as they face Stanford in the season finale. Coming up in sports, Alex Crescenti shows us if they could get the win and sneak into the Pac-12 tournament.
Stream 4 News Now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
Life, it doesn't stand still, and neither do you. And wherever you go, we're with you. We're Global Credit Union, formerly Alaska USA. For 75 years, enriching the lives of members and guiding them on their financial journeys, giving them the confidence to not just follow their dreams, but to chase them. The future? We're on it. Let's get there together. Global Credit Union. On we go.
No matter who you are, being yourself can be tough when you have severe asthma. Triggers can pop up out of nowhere, causing inflammation that can lead to asthma attacks. But no matter what type of severe asthma you have, Tespire can help. Tespire is an add-on treatment for people 12 and over that proactively reduces inflammation, which means you could have fewer attacks, breathe better, and relieve your asthma symptoms. So you can be you, whoever you are. Tespire is not a rescue medication. Don't take Tespire if you're allergic to it. Allergic reactions may occur and can be serious. Rash or eye allergy can happen. Don't stop your asthma treatments unless your doctor tells you to. Tell your doctor if you have a parasitic infection or your asthma worsens. Sore throat, joint, and back pain may occur. Avoid live vaccines. By helping control your asthma, Tespire can help you be you. No matter who you are, ask your asthma specialist about Tespire today.
So you want somewhere to play? We got you. A nice relaxing stay? We got you. Wanna be entertained? We got you. Wanna play golf all day? We got you. Go to Lake Casino. is just the beginning. So you're looking for something to do, we got you. Want some tasty food, we got you. Heard you want to do some shopping, we got you. The live music is always popping at the Coeur d'Alene Casino. At the Coeur d'Alene Casino. Coeur d'Alene Casino. Where winning is just the beginning.
You filming?
Yep.
Try rolling your wrist, dude.
You gotta focus on balance.
You should switch to sledding. I'm gonna block him.
Good idea.
Don't forget stick work. Hustle's paying off.
Four News Now is brought to you by Northwest Motorsport.
Well, after nearly 4 months, we have finally arrived to the final day of the regular season for the college baseball teams. And for the Washington State Cougars, they came into the day on the outside looking in for that final spot in the Pac-12 tournament and trying to avoid the sweep at the hands of the Stanford Cardinals. And things did not get off to a great start. First inning, Stanford with 2 men on, Carter Graham with the home run to left, and it's a 3-0 Cardinal lead. But the Cougs would claw back, get one back in the bottom of the inning, and then the bottom of the second, 2 men on. Sam Brown hits a little single that gets into left center or right center field. That brings in 2 more runs, and we're tied up at 3 apiece. But from there, it's going to be a rough day for the pitchers of Washington State. To the 6th, Stanford now up and adding it. Malcolm Moore with a shot to center that extends the Cardinal lead. They're just going to be piling it on here. Next inning, it's officially a rout because we're going to have Carter Graham. Remember his name from a couple minutes ago? Well, he hits his 2nd home run on the afternoon, makes it a 13-3 lead as Stanford gets the win, sweeps the Cougs as they will not be going to the postseason yet again. And the Gonzaga Bulldogs also dropped their series finale earlier this afternoon, but they will be moving on to the WCC tournament where they're going to face Santa Clara for the second time in about 4 days there when they open up tournament play on Wednesday. And don't look now, but the football season is going to be here before you know it, and hopefully the Seattle Seahawks are getting well rested with a little relaxation this weekend because this time on Monday the guys are going to be exhausted, especially in that heat, because OTA workouts are set to begin, the first organized team activities of the offseason. And there are phases of the OTA practices. The first focuses on team meetings and strength and conditioning. The next phase, the players are going to have to go through various non-contact drills, with the final one being the focus on team scrimmages. That's where the players can start tackling each other, and the Seahawks will have 9 total practices throughout this process, and head coach Pete Carroll can't wait to get started like always.
I really am charged about this group, and the whole offseason has been that there's a sense, of something special's happening, and I've felt this before in other years, coming off of the year before, not quite getting the business taken care of, and you can feel that it's there. It's about building that relationship and that connection to the commitment and the goals and where we think we can go, and we get nothing but really high expectations around here.
Well, the OTAs for the Seahawks will begin on Monday morning there. And immediately following our broadcast is Game 3 of the Western Conference Finals, as the Denver Nuggets will look to move into within 1 game of their first NBA Finals. But the upstate Los Angeles Lakers have proven to be a tough out this postseason with their superstars and cast of role players. And one of those guys that's really shown up this postseason is former Gonzaga Bulldog Rui Hachimura. Through 14 games, he is averaging more than 12 points and 3 rebounds off the bench. And in Game 2 on Thursday, he was a big reason the Lakers were even in the game, going to 8 of 10 from the field and finishing with 21 points. But coming into this matchup against the Nuggets, Rui knew he was going to have quite the workload.
I just trying to be aggressive in both hands, and especially they're big, so I think for this series, the coach has been telling me, it's going to be a big series for me. So I just I was ready for this, and yeah, but we lost this game too. It was a tough one for sure. Yeah. We're going home and we got 2 games, so we just got to take care of the business. We just got to win those games, and we got to tie the series.
Now, despite Denver winning the first 2 games, the Lakers enter Game 3 as 5.5-point favorites. Should be fun. 4 News Now, we'll be right back.
Sign up for breaking news alerts with the 4 News Now app. At 4 News Now, we believe you should expect more from local news. Our team is committed to a community conversation and bringing you information you need when and where you need it. Numerica believes in and supports that mission.
If your checking account isn't earning you money, it's time to switch to bonus checking from Numerica. The account that earns an incredible 2% annual percentage yield. That could earn you up to $500 every year or more.
Your heart is the beat of life. If you have heart failure, entrust your heart to Entresto. Entresto helps improve your heart's ability to pump blood to the body. Don't take Entresto if pregnant. It can cause harm or death to an unborn baby. And don't take Entresto with an ACE inhibitor or aliskiren, or if you've had angioedema with an ACE or ARB. The most serious side effects are angioedema, low blood pressure, kidney problems, or high blood potassium. Ask your doctor if Entresto is right for you.
When foot pain is breaking your heart, a mother's story.
My foot pain got really bad after I had my son. I didn't have any energy left to play with him.
She tried various tricks and treatments.
A lot of those disposable throwaway inserts.
Nothing worked, till she got fitted for Good Feet arch supports.
I could feel like something was happening.
Something good.
It's been a life changer.
For Elisa and her now not-so-baby boy. Stop by for your free fitting at the Good Feet store.
Coeur d'Alene Casino presents the Core Stars Entertainment Series. Join us as we celebrate our 30-year anniversary with an amazing lineup of the hottest entertainment. See comedian Jeff Foxworthy on Thursday, July 27th. Don't miss an evening with Night Ranger on Thursday, August 24th. Plus, join us for King of the Cage on Thursday, September 14th. For tickets, visit the casino box office or cdacasino.com. Coeur d'Alene Casino, welcome home.
News Now is brought to you by Bill's Heating and Air Conditioning.
Well, we'll show you here one more time for another 15 minutes. This severe thunderstorm warning in the Ione area in Pend Oreille County does continue as we continue to see some heavy rain and the potential for some hail. Same goes for northern Stevens County on Highway 395, and it does look like that warning has just expired. So some good news there. Still going to be some heavy rain coming down the Kettle River. Basically anywhere on this map in the northern Panhandle and across northeast Washington tonight, I expect at least a few more thunderstorms. Some of those could be on the strong side. More severe weather tomorrow. Make sure you got that 4 News Now weather app so you know when things are headed your way.
Good work, Matt.
Download the 4 News Now app today. See breaking news in your area or have a story idea? Contact 4 News Now.